Recapping the last couple days, it's been chaotic because of identity reveal. Going to be a father. It's going to be a girl. It's another reason and a constraint on this endeavor is to make sure I can afford them the life that was not afforded to me. We have until October to make some really good stuff happen. We had one good month, but it's so fragile. You lose a couple meta ads or something happens or a closer has a cold streak, and then there's lots of failure points where the whole thing breaks at one junction. Trying to get into the swing of things again, trying to find a rhythm because you leave for a couple days and the next thing you know, you got your rhythm. And honestly, it's not even worth it. And it's been weird because an anniversary of one of my friends who had passed away 10 years ago came up, and I made me reflect on the last decade because in that moment, you try to map the next decade. Like, am I going to be around? What's it going to be like? These are all the things that I hope that happen. A lot of the stuff that you think that would happen or didn't happen, it's weird because fundamentally, I think the way I define intelligence is if you're able to get what you want out of life. And if you didn't get everything that you want, especially over the last decade, then you're not as smart as you think you are. You're just bad at mapping reality and then knowing what to do with it and then actually doing it. Like, I think it's, you do intelligence. And yeah, it's just a thing that I've been just thinking about is, okay, what does the next decade look like? What does the last decade look like? And what would be the advice to myself in doing it? I think that the obvious ones that you could just map to the world and like your kids is don't get one-shotted. There's so many landmines in life that legitimately, if you step there, it's over. The big ones are drugs. No one plans to be an addict, but you do that, it's over. Alcohol, that's destroyed so many families, that's over. Taking psychedelics or anything like that will one-shot you. People just never quite the same after that. And then you have high-risk activities. There's so many, like you could get in car accidents. There's a lot of really dumb shit that you can do. And I think what's nice is we've mapped the things that you shouldn't do pretty well, but I'm trying to think about like the things I should do over the next decade and what that actually looks like. I think, yeah, it's just been a lot of reflection over the last couple of days. I think too much introspection isn't helpful. I think it's about playing the game as an athlete, and that's how you have to view yourself in the game of life. This is a sport. I don't think NFL players are concerned with their inner game 90% of the time. They're focused on the actual game itself. So that said, enough introspection. What we have on the agenda for today, we're going to launch some new ads. I think the other ones kind of flopped because the hooks weren't right. We had a couple purchases, but we just need to build that redundancy in the front end, like I said, no single points of failure. If we can get 3 to 4 winning ads, then we're in a really good spot. And then we can start filtering the calendar a little bit better to keep the closer morale high because it's so variable right now with the quality of prospects that are coming through. Just because someone has purchased something from our low ticket does not mean they're not like Gen Pop. Keep in mind, half the population is below average intelligence, and there's really no gating that yet. So we're going to have a consumption gate and then probably some sort of question that just makes sure that they can't get through, because that's just kind of how it works. Launching the AI income property landing page I built yesterday along with that checkout. So really it's just push the ads live, get that new landing page live, and I have the coaching call today. I think we'll do our first builders sesh, which is just insane that I'm doing it this way. But I need to make the course load bearing first to get me out of the coaching calls. So yeah, I think if we just do that today, if we get the ads live, kill off the things that are not working, try that AI income property angle, see what happens, and then we have a good lesson and respond to all of the crazies, I think that's a dub. And then just overall strategic vision for the month is, yeah, you have those levers that I see. So really everything else is secondary to just building more ads. If we can get 4 winners, our life gets way cooler. We'll have diversity in our acquisition system, and then we'll have enough throughput to justify hiring another closer or at least gating the quality that's coming through. And then that just keeps morale high because right now everybody's getting through, and I just don't think that's probably the smartest thing to do. A closer shouldn't be talking to everybody, but the volume we have isn't high enough to justify gating that. And it's just good reps. You got practice, but we also got to keep morale high. Yeah, those are the big things that I see. The vision of the company, I was going through using Jarvis, which is the thing I built that takes all the context of every single conversation I ever have and then doesn't lose it, which is nice. Worked on last night figuring out what the business is, what's the $1 billion plan, what's the big one. And the coaching and the info stuff is just to essentially acquire customers, but software is going to zero for sure. Like all these tools that I've built, it doesn't matter. People will be like, the fact that I'm not technical or formally trained and was able to build all this is just testament to the fact the barrier is decreasing, and the real modes are distribution and network effects, and then also community. So the big play is becoming the operating system for which every single AI fulfilled service in the world runs on, whether that's agencies or insurance or law firms, whatever, if they want to build that use our network and our networks get smarter every time. I think that's the plan. Yeah, I guess June is just want to do what we did last month. We just want to make the foundation strong and get it ready for scale, because once we rip, we're going to rip. We're going to destroy everybody. All right. A little different video, but these are the updates. These are the thoughts in the mind of the day. And then I'm just going to get after it, get into the deep work. Peace.